a wave if you can hear me at the back. Give me a wave if you can hear me at the front. Give me a wave if you can hear me at the other back. Can you hear me, Brenda? Yeah, I don't usually need the microphone. So I would usually say a warm welcome. And not only is it a warm welcome from our heart, but it is in fact an unusually warm day in Newcastle. So a warm welcome to everyone all round. We would like to thank everyone for coming this afternoon. And I'd especially like to thank Sammy's husband, Stu. Here's a wave, Stu. Sammy's, or one of Sammy's sons, Leon. And Erin. And I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is your first time here, isn't it? Great, fantastic. So a very warm welcome to you guys. Thank you for coming to be part of this wonderful event and festival today. Thank you to those who have come far and wide. Rupanuga, thank you for coming all the way down from Inverness. Give that a round of applause. We set off at 6 o'clock this morning. Jake's come from Lincoln. Raymond's come from the Scottish borders. Shashri, you guys have come from Lancashire, right? London. Just up the road, down in jail. So, just briefly, of course, we will do another introduction when everyone's here, but we're just going to do some singing now. We're going to sing Hare Krishna. Most of you know Hare Krishna, but those of you don't, although some of you were exposed to it on the boat event that we had in York. Yeah, this is a way of reawakening our spiritual nature, which is full of bliss. So please sing along, clap your hands, have a dance. It's a wonderful and joyous afternoon. And after we've done some singing, around 2:30, we're going to start the festival and ceremony. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna. So we just did a little welcome before the singing, but a few more people have come, and I'm sure as the afternoon goes on, and usually as we get closer to time for food, time for prasadam, there'll be more people coming along still. But we'd like to thank all of you who have just come in to be here for this wonderful festive occasion here in Newcastle this afternoon. Today, of course, we are here for the initiation of Bhaktin Sami. Let's give her a round of applause. Who is here this afternoon with all her family and friends from Saltburn. And we'd like to thank everyone else from the community who has come here to give their blessings. It is said actually that we cannot be successful in spiritual life without getting the blessings of the Vaishnavas, of our friends, and of course our family. So we'd like to thank Sami's family for being here to give their blessings as well. And it is their first time to the temple, so give them a round of applause. There's an expression that you wait all day for a bus and then 3 come along at once. So on that note, we'd also like to welcome, everyone is a special guest, but 3 special guests who are here who are students of Srila Prabhupada. So we'd like to welcome His Grace Kripamoya Prabhu, who will be initiating Sami this afternoon as her spiritual master. We'd like to thank, I think the expression is his better half, Sri Guru Carana Padma Devi. So please give both Kripamoya and Sri Guru Carana Padma a warm welcome. They also have 3 wonderful children. And some of you may have listened to Janavi's Kirtans online. So they are the mother and father of Janavi, and she gets her musical abilities from them. We'd also like to thank Rasheshri Devi Dāsi, who's come over all the way from Lancashire as well to show. From Accrington, right? From Accrington. Let's give her a round of applause. And we'd like to thank all of you for coming from wherever you've come to also be here for this wonderful occasion. So please give yourselves some applause. I'm now going to hand over to Kripamoya, who will give us a little rundown on what's going on.
They say it takes a village to raise a child, and it certainly takes even more than a village to raise a person in spiritual life. I'm very appreciative to His Grace Chaitanya Ballabha and his good wife Jagannath Ishwari. Very appreciative for Dhananjaya Prabhu and Saraswati, who many years ago made the trip to Saltburn. You never knew what you were setting in process there, Dhananjaya, because of those kirtans that you did. And Anapayani got initiated because Anapayani, Catherine's involved, and of course Sami's involved. You're a little revolutionary, Dhananjaya, that's what you are. This is a spiritual revolution. It's a revolution, but it's a spiritual one. It's a revolution of good news, and I would like to request everyone to fill their hearts with love and blessings for our candidates today now. We have Sami, and we also have Her Grace. Name. Uttama?
Yeah, Uttama Sudhe.
Uttama Sudhe, is she here?
Yeah, she's here.
She's here.
Okay. Alright. Where is she? Oh, that's you. I didn't know it was you. She's just been at your mother-in-law's
Yeah.
house, yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. So what is initiation? Initiation is the beginning of something. It comes from the Latin initiare, which means to begin. On the way here we pass the angel of the north with his or her arms spread wide, welcoming us into Gateshead and Newcastle. Now, if you've driven all the way from London, as I used to do when I was young, and you saw the angel of the north, you'd think, shoo, end of the journey. But really what it was an initiation into Newcastle. It was the beginning of Newcastle environment, isn't it?
Yeah.
So initiation is, for Sami today, is the end of, how many years, Sami? 11 years. 11 long, hard years of negotiating all the ups and downs in life and the demands of spiritual life, and really thinking about making a commitment. And today's the day of commitment. So it's the end of 11 years of turmoil. But it's also, like the angel of the north, just the beginning of this wonderful thing we call spiritual life. So I'd like to thank all of you for being part of Sami's journey and Bhakti's journey. We'll have them come forward in a minute. But first of all, who has helped Sami come all the way? Who is it? Let me see. We can. Oh, you're covering your head. Someone's been training you. This is, Sami, just so you know, it's 2026. This is the first time and the last time that you'll cover your head, possibly. Welcome to you all. I see Mark and Penny, two stalwarts of the Newcastle community, fresh back from India.
Yeah.
And a pioneer who's been so much a part of Sami's journey. Stu, who's very, very patient, very understanding, and a very loving husband by all accounts, Stu. And Leon. What has your mum got herself involved in, Leon? Aaron, what's going on? Well, Stu, you'll know sometimes the person comes and they think they know how to drive. Have you ever had one of those people? My dad taught me how to drive. And Stu, what do you have to do? You have to unteach everything that Dad taught them, don't you? You get some people who think they can learn how to drive because Stu teaches how to drive. So, you get some people who think they know how to drive just by reading a book or watching, I don't know, a YouTube or something. No, you need a driving instructor. So it's the same. If you need to cook, you should learn how to cook. Yeah. We had a barbecue yesterday. What is a barbecue? Vegetarian barbecue. Barbecue yesterday is where the women can't go close to the barbecue, but four men standing around telling each other how it's done. Eventually, when they have burned whatever it was that coming from the presenter of the happy face. So there's enough time in the world to learn how to do something properly. And for that we need a teacher. If you go into a hospital, you need a proper doctor, not someone who's just wandering around in a white coat with a stethoscope. Anybody can do that. But if you want to be a real doctor, it takes more than dressing up. It takes learning. That may take some time. So just as everything that's worth doing well, and it's worth learning how to do it. So spiritual life is like that too. But it's not just one teacher, or two, or three. It's teachers all the way along. Krishna speaks to Uddhava in the 11th canto of the Bhagavatam. Uddhava says, where can I find a teacher? Krishna describes a process of teachers that begins with the very first one, and leads all the way forward to greater and greater levels of commitment. So today for Sami, and Uttama Bhakti will also be sitting in on the ceremony. She's already made her commitment a year ago, was it, Uttama?
6 months ago.
6 years ago.
6 months.
6 months ago. Uttama Sudevi, excuse me, I wasn't there. So let us hear, please, from some of the teachers along the way. I think, first of all, Anapayani, are you ready to? If you would like to.
It's not a huge thing.
No, we're going to get this.
Should I give the mic?
I think,
Because I'm too professional.
Anapayani, if you want to be professional, you can come out the front here. Come on down to the front.
Oh, that's great.
So people can see.
Oh, sorry.
Anapayani is a resident of Saltburn, where yesterday we were trying to figure out how long she's been having monthly kirtan programs in Saltburn. Dhananjaya, you will correct me if I'm wrong. We calculated it was something like 17 years. 17 years. Is that right? Saraswati?
I've written down Saraswati.
It's written down, so it must be
So it must
true.
be okay.
And month after month after month, Anapayani's been looking after Sami. Please put your hands together for Anapayani. Please put your hands together for Kripamoya. He's going to try and take a microphone and say,
I'll yeah.
Yes. Okay. Sami has always been a spiritual seeker, looking into a number of paths, including paganism, Christianity, Buddhism. She found Krishna consciousness when she first came to the Saltburn Kirtan group around 11 years ago. Indeed, she brought Erin and Leon with her. And that was when she got her first book, the Sri Upanishad, and her japa beads. And she still has both today. The Saltburn Kirtan group was set up around 17, 18 years ago by Dhananjaya, Saraswati, Catherine and myself. And we are happy to say that it's still going. Fast forward to 2023. Now this is when Sami became more serious about following the path of Bhakti. Sami has shown herself to be an extremely enthusiastic devotee, immersing herself into studies and offering all kinds of service. Sami is a kind-hearted and generous devotee, and we are delighted that she is now taking the next step on her spiritual journey. We hope that she continues to support and inspire others, and we wish her the very best and lots of love.
Hare Krishna.
Kishori Yogini. We have a video from Kishori Yogini.
Just 1 second.
Well, I can
explain it.
Yes. So we have a video here from Kishori Yogini, who is, we use the expression God sister. That means when you have the same spiritual teacher, who's also given Sami a lot of support and guidance and inspiration. She wasn't able to be with us. Have I said? She's not a God sister.
Wife of God.
That's right, yes. Radha Govinda is her husband, who is a student of Kripamoya, and Kishori Yogini is his wife. And she's given a lot of support, guidance, inspiration to Sami. And when she was thinking about people she'd like to say something, she immediately thought of Kishori Yogini. So she wasn't able to be with us physically, but seeing as it's 2026, we are taking advantage of our technology here. I'm trying to pad this out a little bit to see if Vasu is ready to. So all the way from London via a WhatsApp message to myself, which I sent to Vasu Shresh. Vasu Shresh is connected to this TV. And any moment, just to keep you on your seats. There you go.
Increase the volume.
To be fair to Vasu Shresh, he also does a lot of service in this temple. He's live streaming, he's setting these things up, he's doing so many things. So.
Hare Krishna, dearest Sami, Kripamoya Dāsa, Guru, all these Vaishnavis and Vaishnavas, please accept my humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. I'm so sad that I can't be there today, but I feel very, very privileged to be able to say a few words about our dearest Sami. From the first day I met you, my heart was opened by your honesty, by your love, by your gratefulness, by your determination. You're very determined no matter what life throws at you, no matter what challenges come, you face it with grace and determination, and I admire that so much in you, Sami. Your heart is so soft, and you want to serve all the time, no matter where you are, no matter who it is, you're always serving. I admire what you do for your work, the way that you are serving the people around you. I admire the way that you loved and cared for your mum in her final days and arranged such an auspicious ceremony for her. You are an incredible wife, mother to your 3 beautiful, beautiful children, and I feel very, very blessed to be able to witness your growth and your steadiness on this path. I remember when you went to Vrindavan and you stayed by the feet of Giriraj, and all the realizations you had and the relationship that you made there with the devotees into Giriraj, and I know that he's always guiding you, and I feel so happy to know that you are under the guidance of Kripamoya, Mother Guru, your amazing God family, and I will be here for you as a friend on this path, no matter what happens. And something I also want to mention is that Sami is very, very talented in lots of ways, although she's humble and she won't admit it, and she'll probably not be happy with me saying this, but she's an incredible artist with a very unique style of art, and it's very, very inspiring to see the way that she shows her bhakti through art. So Kripamoya, if you have any new books coming out and you want some illustrations, I'd highly, highly recommend Sami. It's really good. And yeah, I just want to thank you, Sami, for being like a big sister to me. And it's a privilege to see you grow, and I'm so excited for you and what Krishna has in store. But I know that it's going to be incredible, because you have such a simple, pure heart. You know, Srila Prabhupada says simple for the simple, and I really feel that is you. Simple, down to earth, humble, determined, kind, and just a heart full of love, ready to give. And wishing you all the best. And please accept my obeisances. Hare Krishna.
I'm happy to say something, but maybe there's others that you want me to say something.
Please.
Okay. Yes, so I'm not sure when we first met, to be honest, Sami. I can't really remember. However, what I would say is, there are some times when you meet people and you just feel like you've always known them. So Sami's one of those people that, I just feel like I've always known. She's a very genuine person. She's a very caring person. She's a very loving person. and she genuinely cares for all living entities. In the Bhagavad Gita it says that an enlightened person offers respect to every living entity, not only humans, but animals, trees, plants, insects, because they see the soul and they see consciousness within everything. And so those of you who know Sammy know that she's a real nature lover. Sorry. I was thinking of another word with nature, and she's not a naturist, she's a nature lover. She nurtures nature. But she's a real lover of nature, a tree hugger in that sense. And she also got that from her mum, who was also a big fan of animals. She had horses. And so it's, sometimes for some of us when we come to Krishna consciousness, we understand, okay, I've got to show respect to all living entities, and sometimes it's a bit of a chore, but for Sammy that's just one of those things that comes naturally. And she's also she's really for the underdog, She wants to give Krishna consciousness to everyone, but particularly she wants to share it with those who are less fortunate or not in such an easy situation, which I think shows compassion, genuine compassion. And this also manifested, she started coming over. We have our sacred street party here in Newcastle once a month, where we go out to share Krishna consciousness by distributing books, doing kirtan, distributing prasadam and mantra cards. And I will just say, and Dhananjaya will confirm, it's not always easy to get our own devotees in Newcastle to come out and join us. Even some devotees that have been part of the community for many, many years. But Sammy was coming over regularly with Stu. Where's Stu? Is he here as well? Well, not your husband, Stu, the other Stu. And they were coming over all the way from Saltburn just to come and join our sacred street party, just because they felt that they wanted to try and share this wonderful life of Krishna consciousness with others. She every time it's a book marathon where we go out and try and distribute books. She always buys books from the temple to try and give them to friends, relatives, bus drivers, whoever. And not even just during the marathon time, but throughout the year, she buys big stacks of books to just try and share this with other people. She's a genuine friend of all living entities. I think there's the expression, someone doesn't have a bad bone in their body. And whereas I can't say that for myself, I can definitely say that of Sammy. She's one of those persons, she doesn't have a bad bone in her body. Everyone who meets her likes her and appreciates her and feels the warmth. She plays an active role, as Anapini said, in the Saltburn events, helping to, run the events alongside Anapini and Catherine and advertise the events. And I think amongst all of them, they've built such a wonderful community in Saltburn. And we feel really blessed to have the Association of the Saltburn Devotees. We consider them we're kind of connected. It's like a satellite of ISKCON Newcastle, or maybe we're a satellite of ISKCON Saltburn. And we're grateful for Sammy's involvement in that too. This is the one thing I wanted to share just at the end, because the basis of our Krishna consciousness movement is based on chanting Hare Krishna. And everything rests upon our chanting. And it is said that for success in Krishna consciousness, we need to get a genuine taste for chanting Hare Krishna. And that's not an easy thing to do. So when I was giving Sammy some guidance about what we were going to be doing today, I said that she should get a new set of japa beads, which I later found out from Kripamoya Prabhu that wasn't necessary. My apologies. But you've chanted on both of them. He's chanted on her old japa beads and her new japa beads. But this is what she said. She sent me this message. She said, "Is it okay? I really feel like I will miss my old beads." Now listen to this. "We have been through a lot together, and I consider them to be my friend and support. And when I heard that, I just thought, wow, that's amazing. I wish I had the same appreciation for my own beads, because our japa beads are like our umbilical cord to Krishna. That's the thing that connects us to Krishna. And when I heard that, I thought, wow, she's really understood what Krishna consciousness is, and she has a genuine taste for chanting Hare Krishna. So, Bhaktin Sami Ki!
I would now like to invite Her Grace Sheshri to the hot seat.
Yes. You should come in here. Yeah, sorry.
Sheshri is our god sister who's been in Krishna consciousness for many centuries.
It's the wrinkles. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Kripamoya Prabhu. Most of you know me. I don't know Sami very well. I've met her 2 or 3 times while I've been here, so I'm just going to turn the tables a little bit. When I lived in the temple, I was honoured to be a Gurukul teacher. And learning, to me, is probably the most important thing. And finding someone to learn from is just as important. In Bhagavad Gita 4:34, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadikshanti te jnanam jnanamist adarshana. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. Self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he's seen the truth. When you're representing someone as amazing as Srila Prabhupada, you are following in footsteps. And by following in those footsteps, you can teach the same things, you can pass on all that wisdom. So Sami, I'm afraid that all the nice things that have been said about you are very true. But after today, it isn't finished. This is when the hard work starts. Just as with children in class, it's great to do the games and the playing and the nice things and the stories, but they also have to work. Then the exams come along and whatever we learn. But having known Kripamoya Prabhu for over 50 years, even before I moved into the temple, some very young brahmacharis would come to Accrington in a beaten up old transit van, and staying with my then husband Kripamoya Dāsa and me, it was better than staying in the transit van. So I'm honoured that he's asked me just to speak a few words. And I know you're going to work hard. You've worked hard for 11 years. I know that's going to continue. But I can also say that I'm very, very pleased that you've chosen Kripamoya Dāsa, that you have thought about this, and that I feel safe, and so should you.
Was there any? Yes. I can just pass you. Do you want me to just pass you mic as this? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. First of all, I just want to say how wonderful it is to be back here at ISKCON Newcastle after many years. I think maybe 6 years ago we were here. And just to see the beautiful community that you've created here. And the way that the temple is growing and expanding and all the wonderful activities that I've been hearing about. So thank you so much for welcoming us here. And it's really an honor to be here and do this special service for Srila Prabhupada. As my husband mentioned, and Raseshwari as well, Sami, it's the beginning of a new chapter for you. So the end of, well, all that work that you've, but the beginning of something so wonderful, an eternal connection with the Holy Name, with your spiritual master, with Srila Prabhupada, with the parampara, with this wonderful spiritual family and community, and a life of adventure, because definitely a life in Krishna consciousness is full of adventures, and we've had so many of them, haven't we? Some of them a bit. But no, mostly wonderful. Ultimately.
Don't put her up.
When we learn the lesson. Wonderful, yeah. So I don't know Sami so well, but after hearing all these wonderful, glorifications of all her beautiful characters, and yesterday we spoke, and I was so struck by her courage. She told me she took off and went to India all on her own. I did that years ago, but I wouldn't do it now. And her determination, to share Krishna consciousness, her sincerity, and really wishing you, so much steadiness on your path moving forward, and that when the goings is hard or difficult, that you seek out the sangha of your God family, your friends and well-wishers to support you on the path, so that you can remain steady and fixed on the goal, what we're here for. And so, really pleased to have you join our family, and wishing you so much, whatever, good wishes in your on your journey of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
How's your knees, Sami? You okay? Would you like to come and sit on this cushion where I can see you, please? And would you please come? No? That one where I can see you. So Ujma went through initiation 6 months ago, but there was no fire ceremony, so issues today. Who knows Ujma? Can you say something?
Well, I think Vasu should say something. I'm also happy to say something.
Before I say anything, I'll better recharge the microphone.
Too close together, you can move your cushions around. It doesn't have to be
Hare
so
Krishna.
close association.
So, it's a pleasure to see Padma Devi Dāsi getting initiated. I mean, she got initiated, but going through the fire sacrifice today, I knew her ever since she came to Newcastle, and she has progressed a lot in her spiritual life, and she's very sincere and very committed, and very determined as well. When she isn't sure about anything, her first thought in the mind is, let's consult Guru, Sadhu and Shastra, and then whatever is there in the Shastra, and just follow it, no second doubt or anything like that. So she's very determined. She's very austere as well. She likes to take up austerities, and especially Jayapataka Maharaj pushes, events like the Purushottam and other things very much. So she's a very sincere follower of Jayapataka Maharaj, and she's very determined to follow all the guidelines which he gives in following festivals like Purushottam. So I'm very grateful for her. Thank you.
Maybe Jagannath, would you like to say something?
Hare Krishna. I don't think words would be enough to describe Uttama Devi. She's just so gentle, she's just so humble. She is an asset to ISKCON Newcastle, and I'm very happy to have her here. There wasn't a time when Uttama Devi said, "Oh, sorry, I can't do this." Any service there is in the temple, anything there is, she's always here to help. I remember we were getting the kitchen sorted out again. It took us about 6 hours, and she was there all the way through, never complained once. And she's always doing so many services in the background as well, because she's so humble. The amount of service she does in this community we cannot even, she's always there, but she's never putting herself forward. She never takes credit for anything. So she's such a gentle soul, and she's very shastric as well. She listens to Srila Prabhupada, she reads Prabhupada's books intently, and she's always quoting, like Vasishri said, from the Shastras. She never ever tries to say or kind of do anything by herself. She's always going, through the scriptures. So I'm very honored to be sitting in her fire initiation today, and I'm very honored to have known Uttama Devi. She's just such a lovely person. Hare
I'm happy to say something. I don't know if anyone else wants to say something, but yes, I echo all of those sentiments and good qualities that were listed. In the Nectar of Instruction, one of Prabhupada's most powerful statements is there in all of his books. It's in the preface, and Prabhupada says, advancement in Krishna consciousness depends upon the attitude of the follower. That means we need to have a good service attitude, and I would say Uttama Devi, she personifies this excellent service attitude. Yeah, she always wants to serve. She's always going above and beyond into the early hours of the night. She's happy to serve. She's a wonderful asset to the community, and she's even been going out on book distribution for the last few months, even though I'm sure she won't mind me saying she doesn't find it the easiest of things to do. But because she knows it's very pleasing to Srila Prabhupada and to her spiritual teacher, she's been going out and she's been having, meeting nice people and distributing books. And she's a wonderful asset to ISKCON Newcastle. We're really happy to have her with us. And I just wish I could develop that same type of service attitude. So, Uttama Devi Ki Jai.
Can I now ask for an opining to place the neck beads on some? Neck beads are here. Sami, this is your last chance. Traditionally, these neck beads are worn by all Vaishnavas, all devotees of Krishna. One more recent tradition is that you've been wearing one non-stranded neck beads. You wear more on this particular day.
Yeah, don't strangle her. She's a wonderful devotee, but she's not ready to go home
It
yet.
was going so well.
Vrindavai tulasi devai priyai desivasya
Vishnu Bhakti Hari Devi Satchivajaya Namo Namaha.
And if Mother Guru can now give a Harinam Chala, indicative of service to the holy name of Shri Krishna. Hari Hari Bol. And if Mother Vrinda, please give a garland to Rasheshri, and Rasheshri if you can garland.
Yeah, I think it was to give. No, I think they were giving you garland to you as well, but we'll wait. We'll do that, but in a moment.
That's good, you can't take it out now.
Shall we give
That one matches.
Oh yes, okay. Yeah. So she's
Because Miss Sudevi, have you ever been so embarrassed? This initiation is an exchange of love between Vaishnavas. Ideally, with or without a ceremony, this is what our community should be. That every day we're appreciating each other. Every day sharing our affection on each other. It's not easy to do every day though. So we ceremonialize it and formalize it so that we get it right at least one day of the year. Thank you for all your efforts. Thank you. Thank you. If you could all please, you ready, Simon? This blessing is an ancient blessing which comes from the heart, and it's the heart of all of us to these two candidates. And we say, may all auspiciousness be yours, may all health and happiness be yours, may all bhakti be yours. We raise our right hand. We're looking at the two, they're not you. You're on the receiving end today. So giving you. We say Om, Om, Mangalani, Mangalani, Bhavantu, Bhavantu. So now if you would kindly do Achman, you're taking through Achman, then
Yes.
I'll do Kumbha Puja.
So if you take, so the idea behind this bit, we're going to do Archaman now, which is for purification. Like they say, cleanliness is next to godliness. So two things are important for spiritual life. We have to have external cleanliness, and we also have to have internal cleanliness. And internal cleanliness comes from chanting and serving and developing the right attitudes. And of course, externally, we wash. I hope everyone's washed today. We wear clean clothes. And we also keep our surroundings clean as well. So this mantra we're going to chant now is for purification. So if you take your right hand and you take the Archaman spoon and you drop some water on your right hand like this, that's it. Now you take the spoon again and you put it a drop in your left hand. Yeah. So now with your left hand you can take the spoon. First we'll chant the mantra if you repeat after me. And everyone can join in. Om Apavitra Pavitrova Sarvavastam Yutopiva Yasmaret Pundarikaksham Sabayapyantara Suchi. Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu, Shri Vishnu. So unpurified or purified, or even having passed through all situations, one who remembers the lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead is cleansed without and within. So now if you take the water and you put it on your right hand, and then you chant after me. We're going to chant the mantra and then we're going to sip the water from the end of our palm here. So you can look at the water and repeat after me. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Keshavaya Namaha. Sip the water. And you can just wash your hand again. Get the next water again. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Narayanaya Namaha. You wash your hand one more time. And then last time, place the water on the right palm. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Madhavaya Namaha. And then you can wash your hands. Hare Krishna.
To make. This is the vow. Om Adya, Kripamoya Dāsa, Mama Upasana, Siddhyartam, Asya Shishasya Bhagavat Bhakti, Praptyartam, Sarvapapakshaya Purvaksham, Diksha Karma Aham Karishye. If we could all join together in the prayers for a surrendered life. Beautiful prayers taken from our scriptures, especially our candidates, please. With folded hands, we say. Now, fully desiring release from material life, I offer my respectful obeisances unto that Supreme Person, who is the Creator of the universe, who is Himself the form of the universe, and who is nonetheless transcendental to this cosmic manifestation. He is the supreme knower of everything in this world. The super soul of the universe. He is the unborn, supremely situated Lord. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. My dear Lord Krishna, although I have forgotten you for so many long years in the material world, today I am surrendering unto you. Please engage me in your service. Spoken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and spoken by Vibhisha, devotee of Brahma. My dear Lord, from this day, I am yours. Please give me courage. Spoken by Yamunacharya. I am not steadfast in righteousness. I do not know my soul. I have no devotion to your lotus feet. I have nothing. And I have no other refuge. My protector, I take refuge at your feet. And for you, Sami, please. Om Guru Agyaya Harinama Grahana Sui Karomi. Yes, I shall now accept initiation. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada, my spiritual teacher, only spoke to me 3 times. First time it was in a crowded room, Bhavajan class. Mother Shri was probably there. Back to Vedanta Manor, 1975, something like that. And Prabhupada was talking about how short this life is. That we only have a few years to do what we've come to do in this life. And then the urgency of the situation, that as soon as it dawns upon us that spiritual life is important, from that day we should treat it very seriously. So Prabhupada looked around the room and he was looking at all these young men and young women. I was 20. There were other young people in the room. There were some old people in the room. 24. Some of them were even as old as 25. Prabhupada looked at them and he said, "You have had many births in the past. You will have, if you wish, many, many births in the future also." He said, "But just do one thing. Just give this one short life." Second thing he said was, Hare Krishna. I'll get to the second thing. So that was the first thing. Second thing was after a year, Prabhupada came. He asked to speak to the devotees who'd been distributing his books. This was the first time that I was in his company, just as a member of a select group. Prabhupada looked at us all without any introduction. He said, "Thank you for helping me spread this movement." And I was so surprised. I thought we were supposed to be thanking him, and he was thanking us. He was empowering us. He was saying, "You young boys and girls, you go to where I cannot go. I'll translate the books. I'll write the purports. Take this whole culture. I'll give it to you and you take it to places where it is not yet existing." So Prabhupada never came to Newcastle, but his servants came to Newcastle. Prabhupada never went to Ireland, he took it to Ireland. So in all these wonderful towns and villages all over the country, his dedicated young boys and girls would go and take his message. God knows how we were so enthusiastic, I do not know. But we were. Third thing he said was in 1977. I was standing in the lobby of Bhaktivedanta Manor. I was coming in, and there was no one else, one person with him. Somehow or another I was in the right place at the right time. And someone said, "Prabhupada is coming." I looked and there he was. I said, "Jai Shri Prabhupada." Prabhupada looked at me. So these three things kept me going for 50 years. 2 or 3 words. But today we have an important task. Both Chaitanya Ballabha and myself, before becoming devotees, we were long distance runners. 7-8 miles, long distance country running, cross country. And you will know that in cross country racing, you get to one point where you have a stitch. Stitch is it's a pain. And the thought comes to your mind, doesn't it, Chaitanya? I cannot run any more. Then what do you do? What do you have to do?
You don't pay attention to your mind and you carry on going.
Let this be a lesson to you all. In spiritual life, you will also have a stitch, Sami. Krishna, you will also have a stitch, because it is a long race. Spiritual life is not a 100-meter sprint, it's a marathon race. And then, a little while later in the race, your body fills up with something called malic acid. What it does, you have your second stitch, and that's called hitting the wall. Hitting the wall. Get ready. Some point in your life. Isn't it, Rasheshri?
Absolutely.
Have you ever had a stitch? A spiritual stitch?
Many times.
Have you ever hit the wall? Chaitanya, what do you do when you hit the wall?
Well, I ran the Yorkshire Marathon last year for the second time, and I hit the wall at 15 miles with 11 miles still to go.
Oh my God.
And it was the most excruciating thing I've ever done. However, I took shelter of my support, who was my dad there that day, and I carried on going, even though it was excruciating, and I carried on going. And for the last 4 miles, I was able to run again, but it was stop and start, but I didn't stop.
Kept on. That's the message. That's the greatest message. Churchill's message is, when the going gets tough, when you think you've reached hell, keep going. Keep going. So every day is a Groundhog Day, my friends. Every day is a Groundhog Day. We're learning every day. We have to learn every single day of this life until we become perfect. Not that we have a perfect material life, but until we understand that we are related to God and then we can experience true bliss. There's relative truth and there's absolute truth. Previously, Chaitanya Ballabha pointed out the window, he pointed out to a Newcastle sky, he said, look, we have a sunny day. My friends, at the time he spoke that, it was true. Now the clouds have covered over. What he said was true, but it was a relative truth. Relative truth is governed by changing factors. What we're after is the absolute truth. Changing truth will make us happy now and unhappy later. Absolute truth makes us happy all the way through. Veda means knowledge. Knowledge of who I am, what the world is, and who is in control of both. When you begin to understand these three things, it's the beginning of knowledge. Now many people understand these three things. Prabhupada told a story. He said Alexander the Great, he was so great because he conquered everywhere. And he came to his teacher, whose name was Diogenes, or as they say in Greek, Diogenes. And he lived in a barrel, an old wine barrel. And you're thinking what a wine barrel is. It's a huge, great barrel. This big. They drink a lot of wine in Greece. Big thing like this. And Diogenes was sitting in this wine barrel. It was where he lived. And he was the greatest philosopher in all of Athens. But he was sitting there and he was very, very happy. Now, Alexander the Great came to him and said, my Lord, my Master, you've been my teacher all my life. I've conquered the known world because of your directions. Please let me do something for you. I can give you a chariot, I can give you a palace. I can give you horses, I can give you princesses, I can give you jewels, I can give you whatever you wish. It's all at my disposal. You have made me, Alexander the Great. What can I give to you, my master? He said, nothing. And I long for nothing. I'm satisfied living as I am. Master, I must give you something. He said, all right, there's one thing you can do for me. Yes, said Alexander. What can I do for you? He said, can you get out of the sunshine? You're blocking the sun. Let me be in peace. Prabhupada told us this story. And he said, Alexander the Great was the student. And Diogenes was his guru. And Diogenes was Atmarama. Atmarama. He was self-satisfied. He didn't need anything from outside because his happiness came from within. That's a state that we're all aiming for. It's a state that we're all aiming for. It's not so difficult. If a Greek philosopher can achieve a state of Atmarama, then surely we can too. And this movement was meant to teach people the gentle art of becoming an Atmarama. So Sami, you're on the path to becoming an Atmarama. It does not mean that you give up family and retire to a convent. Stu, you'll be pleased to hear that. It doesn't mean that you stop cooking for your family. It doesn't mean that you stop looking after your kids. It doesn't mean that you don't comb your hair or dress nicely. It doesn't mean anything like that. It doesn't mean that you sit around all day chanting mantras when there's work to be done. What it does mean is that within yourself, you're becoming slowly an Atmarama. But more than an Atmarama is we are trying to become Krishna Das and Krishna Dasi, trying to become the servants of Krishna. Atmarama is just the beginning. So we make a series of adjustments. This is something called Sharanagati, the sixfold process of dedicating our life to Krishna. First two, we try to do the things that Krishna says is the right things to do. We try to not do those things that we're supposed not to do. Aiming for a life of cleanliness, austerity, mercy, and truth. This is what we do. Cleanliness, austerity, mercy, and truth. Next things, we consider Krishna to be our protector and our maintainer. But it means making an active decision to move towards this kind of life. When you're going on a boat, you can have let's use a modern example. Let's see if Stu is teaching someone how to drive. Okay. I remember my first driving lesson didn't come till I was 21. And then it was on a Ford Transit bus. So we have there's book knowledge and then there's practical knowledge. And as much as you may think you know about a car, when I was a little boy, I wanted to drive the car. Because I was 5, why shouldn't I drive the car? And my father, he bought a plastic steering wheel. He stuck it on the back of his seat, and I was driving the car. I was looking out the window, everybody was looking at me driving the car. I was driving the car. So I already knew how to drive a car. And alas, when I came to 21, I learned actually how to drive a car. And it was so difficult. Most difficult thing is to use your 2 hands and to have 3 pedals but only 2 feet. How does that work? What am I supposed to do? And the driving instructor said to me that I want you to imagine a sponge on the end of that pedal and press down. Imagine a sponge. So I did, and it made it easier. So in this process, we may think that we know about something. I may think I know what it means to be carried across the river in a boat. But until I step in the boat, I haven't actually made a commitment. So the idea of initiation is that we're no longer looking at the boat. We're stepping into the boat. And then comes the next 2 departments, is that we surrender to Krishna internally. We achieve our goals spiritually, and that we become protected by always feeling ourselves to be helpless and always in need of protection, God's protection. This is not so much about a relationship with a guru, it's a relationship with God. But a guru, the spiritual teacher, is merely formalizing that step. So that's what's taking place today. This is called Samashrayana, taking shelter. Smaratavya satatam Vishnu Vishmatavya Nityatajit Sarve Vedina Sheda Syur Edeyo Reva Kinkara. Means that we should remember Krishna at all times, and we should never forget him. This is the sum and substance of all principles. In 1966, November the 25th, Srila Prabhupada tin-tacked a note, handwritten note, to the wall, it might have been the wall, of his first ever temple. So here we are in the first ever temple. No, it's not the first ever temple. Here we are in Newcastle, a little centre like this. It was in New York City. And he wrote down as follows. Now read Prabhupada's words just so you know I haven't made anything up. All initiated devotees must attend morning and evening classes. Must not be addicted to any kinds of intoxicants, including coffee, tea, and cigarettes. They are forbidden to have illicit sex connection. Must be strictly vegetarian. Should not extensively mix with non-devotees. Should not eat foodstuff cooked by non-devotees. Should not waste time in idle talks, nor engage themselves in frivolous sports. Should always chant and sing the Lord's holy names, Hare Krishna. Now this came as a shock to some people that had already been initiated. And then Prabhupada came out with the rules. You have a distinct advantage, you two, because we told you the rules. Alright. So there are 10 things you can do that will help you forward in this life of chanting. The 10 things that will hold you back. Here are the 10 things that will hold you back. First, to injure, insult, or blaspheme those devotees who've given their lives to chanting. Yeah. Second, to consider the demigods or other devas to be on the same level as Krishna. Third principle, to avoid the instructions of the Guru. Fourth, to disregard the scriptures. Fifth, to consider this to be a mundane activity. Sixth, consider that the holy name is subject to ordinary rules and that it is not, or that it is the same as ordinary ritualistic activity. Number 7, considering that the holy name of Krishna can purify the heart, to engage in activities which sully the heart, muddy the waters of the heart, and chant Hare Krishna in order to be purified from that. And it goes on. To consider the holy name to be equal to any other ritual, such as a vow or sacrifice. Number 9, teaching the name, the holy name, or all the details about the name to persons who are faithless. It does not mean we do not spread the message, but it may mean that we do not tell all the details. Number 10, to maintain material attachments, even after hearing everything about that. So we're trying for this. And in setting up his society, his Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada wanted very enthusiastic young men and women to give their lives to spreading the teachings. So now we are seeing, regularly, we're seeing big halls filled with 800, 900, 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, thank you, 1,500 people singing the Hare Krishna mantra. They may or may not know about the Hare Krishna mantra. All they know is that they like it. I was at Rath Yatra in London, and a lady came up to me, she was crying. She said, they said I have to come and talk to you. I said, why? She said, because it's making me cry. She had all the mascara running down her cheeks. She said, I said, why are you crying? She said, I don't know. She said, it's making me cry. What's making you cry? The sound, that song that they're singing. What song are they singing? She said, I said, well, it's the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That's making me cry. So, wonderful realization. Someone else came to me on another occasion. He said, I was traveling and I went to a Krishna temple. Your Krishna Balaram temple. I was on the way to the Taj Mahal in India. The bus driver stopped the bus and we got taken to the temple and the curtains opened, revealing the forms, and I began to cry. I said, I don't know why I'm crying. I said, and in my mind I was thinking, I don't believe this. I don't believe this, but he was crying. So the Hare Krishna mantra has a great effect on people. Greatest kirtan that there's ever been is 35,000 people in Wembley Stadium during a football match, during the interval of a football match, 1969. Everybody was waving their scarves. Hare Krishna.
Old Trafford.
Right.
Was it Old Trafford?
It was Old Trafford, was it? Old Trafford, is that what?
Manchester United.
Manchester United. Now were they crying because of Manchester United? 35,000 people, they're all joining in. It's a wonderful thing. Wonderful, wonderful thing. So I thoroughly commend it to you, and I would like to say that I've never tasted anything quite like the chanting of Hare Krishna, and I would ask you to be very dedicated to that in your life. You already know this, you've already made your commitment, Sami. You're about to make your commitment. Treat it very, very seriously. I know you will. One more thing, Sami. When I first met you, you were engaged in a struggle to establish the truth and to make sure that you had justice. This sort of characterized the first year of our conversations, didn't it? So I've always known you to do two things. One is to be very compassionate and warm-hearted. Second, to be a fighter for truth. Now, how is it possible that you can combine these two things? It is said by the grace of God, God has two eyes, it is said. And when he wants to, one eye can be warm and affectionate, and the other eye can be a fighter for truth. This is what it was said about Lord Nrsimhadev when he came from the pillar. The one eye was looking at Prahlad Maharaj, the boy who'd been battered and bruised by his father. The other was looking at the father thinking, thou shalt vanquish you. So it is possible to have. No one else can do this. But in your heart, by the grace of God, you're able to do the warm and affectionate side and also the fighting side. So I hope that the name I'm going to give you will reflect that. This is where we do the names. Do we do the names now? We do the names now.
Where would you like it to come? Would you like it maybe over here? Should we clear if we can clear a space so Sami can go to Srila Prabhupada, if we can just clear a bit of a, like a part of seas. Yeah, just create a little passageway through to Srila Prabhupada. Gauridas, could you just move slightly to this side? Thank you, just so we can have a passage. And just in front of Prabhupada as well, so Sami can pay her obeisances.
Give me your blessings, please. In any way that you like to. Laying on of hands or give her a hug. Please. So, Sami, what are the four regulated principles?
No meat, fish or eggs, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no gambling.
Okay.
I will chant 16 rounds minimum of the
There are many names available for us to choose from. All names belong to Krishna or his internal energy, Srimati Radharani. All names are derived from that. There are many names which are poetic, many names which describe the Lord completely, many names of his devotees, and many names of persons who have been so spiritually dedicated and devoted that the names come to us over many, many thousands of years. And I wanted to give you a name that would not take you away on a flight of fancy, not have you skipping around go down the hill independently or visiting Radhika, and I wanted a good solid name. This name goes back at least 100,000 years. It's found in the Rig Veda, and it's a name which characterizes a woman who was both fiercely protective of her husband and very devoted. She was warm-hearted, affectionate, but at the same time, she was so courageous and so brave that she fought so hard that even death himself had to surrender to her. Is that all right? So, on behalf of His Divine Grace, I'm very honoured to accept you as a disciple and to offer you the name Savitri Dāsi. It gets better. Is that all right? Shakespeare, is that all right?
It's a beautiful name.
All right. I think we should go forward.
Yes. So, for those of you who have never been to an occasion like this, we are going to be conducting a fire yajna. Actually, before we start, it might be good to close the door and open the windows. And what we're doing is we're invoking Lord Vishnu in the form of the flames. And then Savitri, Dāsi, and Uttama Devi are going to be, and also Kripamoya, are going to be offering grains into the fire, into Lord Vishnu. So we're going to chant some mantras. Do you want to come a little closer before we go? We can move, so we can come a little closer. Maybe put the chairs here.
Yeah.
Let's do that before we begin. I'll just move this so we can put both the chairs here. Let me move this up way so if I get on. Yeah.
Oh yes, in the forest. Big story in the forest. Yes. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah? If I'll just bring this chair, you can come and sit next to Mother Guru. Okay. you. I need this one to be close. Oh, I've put it on that's next to you. So the first part of the ceremony, I will be chanting some mantras to, while I light the fire, to invoke Lord Vishnu within the fire. And there'll be a few parts of the ceremony, we're chanting a few mantras, offering a little arti to the fire. And then we're going to be chanting some mantras, but we're going to need everyone all together to join in. So when we want everyone to join in, I will say Swaha. Swaha. You've got to say it like you mean it. Swaha. Swaha. And we will do that 3 times after each prayer. And for the initiates, if you will take the grains with your thumb and your 2 middle fingers, and after each Swaha, you will throw grains into the fire 3 times. And then at the end of the ceremony, you will take the banana and we will offer banana. Do you need another banana? Kumaro Batukama Deva Jaya Shishaman Patideva Helanat Deva Shivaya Purusham Chanantaran Moharimam Nirayada Sheshat. Samudbhava namagne ekachai agne twan samudbhava namasi Om astraya pad Dipachya eva hitashantanam apyupecha Dipayate vipita heta samana dhamma Yastadrige vihicha vishnutaya vibhati Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Samapurva Namakne Namaha. Vishnu Paramam Param Sada Shanti Suryo Divika Chaksharatam Tatvika Soul Bhaktivitam Purvamsa Samadhi Vishnu Paramam Param. Om Bhu Swaha. Idam Vishnave Idam Namama. Om Bhuva Swaha. Idam Achyutaya Idam Namama. Om Swa Swaha. Idam Narayanaya Idam Namama. Om Bhuva Swa Swaha. Idam Anantaya Idam Namama. Okay. So now we're going to be reciting the Mongol Charan prayers, prayers for auspiciousness. And after each prayer, we will be chanting Swaha 3 times and throwing the grains. I'm not going to do it responsibly, I'm just going to chant the test. Om Jnana Timidandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshudam Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Swaha 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 Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Swaha 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 Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagujatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha Swaha 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 Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Swaha 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 Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Namaste Saraswati Devi, Gauravani Pucharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Vaschachadi Shatarine. Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Kristaya Bhutale, Shrimate Bhakti Siddhanta, Saraswati Tinamane, Shri Vashabhanavi Devi, Dayataya Krupaptaye, Krishna Sambandha Vigyane, Tayane Prabhave Namaha, Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Madhuryo Jela Premaja, Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida, Shri Gora Karuna Shakti, Vigrahaya Namostate, Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. Namaste Gauravani Sakshat Vairagyamurtaye Vipralamba Rasambode Padam Pujayate Namaha Swaha 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 Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Satchidananda Namane Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Swaha 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 Gaura Vipava Bhumishtvam Nidishta Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sabhapoma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Swaha 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 Panchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Swaha 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 Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gurutvize Namaha Swaha 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 Panchatatvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupas Parupakam Bhakta Vataram Bhaktavyam Namami Bhakti Shaktikam Swaha 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 Hey Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabando Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Swaha 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 Jayatam Surato Pango Mama Manda Matekati Matsavasra Padambojo Radha Madana Mohano Swaha 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 Divyat Vrindaranya Kalpatrumadha Srimad Ratnakara Samasanasto Srimad Radha Srila Govinda Devo Krishtalapi Segimano Smarami Swaha 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 Shriman Rasa Rasarambi Vamsi Vasa Tita Tita Kasham Venu Swane Gopir Gopinatha Shri Astunaha Swaha 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 Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavadeshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Swaha 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Swaha 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 Om Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Swaha 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 Okay, so we're going to ask everyone to stand just now, and we're going to chant some mantras for forgiveness for any offences or mistakes that have committed. Oh, we do that first. Okay, so please, we'll chant the mantras for forgiveness afterwards. If you take a banana in your hands like this. Okay. Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Okay, so if you take your banana in your hands and then you can place them in the fire. Okay, on the last Swaha. 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 Om Yo Shanti Antariksham Shanti Prithvi Shanti Apaha Shanti Vayu Shanti Teja Shanti Asadaya Shanti Loka Shanti Brahmana Shanti Vaishnav Shanti Shanti Astu Triti Astu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay, so please repeat after me. Mantrahinam,
Mantrahinam,
Kriyahinam,
Kriyahinam,
Bhaktihinam,
Bhaktihinam,
Janardana,
Janardana,
Pujitam,
Pujitam,
Maya Deva,
Maya Deva,
Paripurnam,
Paripurnam,
Adastu me,
Adastu me,
O my lords,
O my Lord,
O Janardana,
O Janardana,
whatever little puja,
whatever little puja
or worship
that
has been performed by me,
has been performed by me,
although it is without devotion, without proper mantras, and without the proper performance, please let that become complete. Pratigya, Tava Govinda, Name Bhakta, Pranashyati, Iti Samsmritcha, Pranam, Samdarayam Yaham, O Govinda, your promise is that your devotee will never perish. By remembering this over and over again, I am able to retain my life heirs. So now we can have kirtan and the initiates to start with can circumambulate the fire, and then everyone else can circumambulate the fire as well. Rasu, do you want to just chant?
The initiates would circle the fire and then sit, and everybody
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya
Hare Krishna
Sri Srivadi Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnu Paramahamsa Parivrata Gacharya Shraddha Sri Srivadi Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Ananda Goli Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Hari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinatha Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhana Ki Shri Vrindavan Dhama Ki Shri Mayapur Dhama Ki Shri Jagannath Puri Dhama Ki Ganga Mai Jamuna Mai Ki Tulsi Maharani Ki Bhakti Devi Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Gaur Premanande all glory to the assembled all glory to the assembled all glories to the assembled all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
Someone get the board out for the missing of pronouns, please. This one's for
Namaste.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Come on, that was enthusiastic, but I think you can still do better. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So thank you so much everyone for coming today and helping to make this initiation, ceremony, festival a wonderful occasion. We have, well, firstly I guess we would like to say, I'd like to say, can someone turn this down slightly? Sorry. Yes, okay. Firstly, we would like to say congratulations to the initiates. So that's Savitri, Dāsi, sorry, Savitri.
Yeah, you said it right.
I said it right, okay. Anyway, we can argue about the pronunciation later. That's kind of taking away from the point we were trying to make. We would like to say thank you to Savitri, Dāsi, and also, of course, Uttama Sudevi. So let's have a big Haribol for the we would also like to say a big thank you, of course, to Kripamoya Prabhu, Mother Guru, and also Rasheshri Mataji as well. So please give them a big Haribol. And again, we'd like to thank all of you for coming far and wide, or coming from far and wide. Not coming far and wide, coming from far and wide. After the feast, we might be far and wide. But we'd like to thank you for coming from far and wide to help us celebrate this wonderful occasion today. Now, I've been given a special text here to thank the garland team, because our garland team, they usually work very hard, but today we had, you know, a lot more garlands to make than usual. So today on the garland team we had, and we'll give them a big Haribol at the end, Mamta and her son Nikunj. It says here, who was the star of today? Because without him plucking leaves and flowers, we would never have finished on time. So let's give an extra special thank you to Nikunj. And even his little sister Radia, she also helped. Where's Radia? She's outside. She's outside. She's playing. She's only 3. We'd also like to thank Sia, Jasmine, Jana, Bhavna, Danishta, and that's everyone. So let's hear it for the garden team! Sorry? I already said Brad David, did I not? Oh, okay, sorry, it's been a long weekend. And also headed up by Brad Davy. We'd also like to thank today's cooks. So we would like to thank, I'm not sure if he's here, Raj Kumar Prabhu. He's downstairs preparing the prasadam. So he cooked with the help of Shravan Krishna Prabhu, Ramai Prabhu, and I think someone brought a cake. It was a self-manifested cake. Who's taking ownership? Who brought the cake in? Anutama. And Anutama Gaurapriya. Sorry? How do you know? You haven't been meditating upon it, I hope. And Raymond brought the sweets. So let's try that again. So Raj and Prashant. Okay, so let's try that again. We've got Raj Kumar Prabhu, we've got Shravan, we've got Ramai, we have got Raymond, we've got Anutama Gaurapriya, we've got Gauridas Pandit and Durga from York. And everyone else? Anyone else? Okay, let's hear it for the cooking team! I guess one thing we wanted to say as well is we wanted to ask if perhaps Kripamoya Prabhu and Mother Guru would come up. We have some gifts to present to some of our team. So we have a little Nrsinga Dev pendant here. I don't know how this is going to work. Are you able to come and sit at the front and then can we have the chair that was Mother Guru was sitting on? Or a chair? Yeah, or just, okay. So for our Nrsimha Chaturdashi festival, we had a lot of donations from our congregation, and they helped many times. So we wanted to say thank you. Can you just put that up for me? We wanted to say thank you to all of these devotees that donated by giving them a little gift, just as a token of our appreciation. So this is in no particular order, and some of them will also not be here. Okay, so Vinod, is Vinod here? Okay, Raymond Prabhu, please come and get your gifts. Raymond's a wonderful devotee. He comes all the way down here every Sunday, all the way from the Scottish borders. And he's a man of many talents. And one of the most effulgent devotees in the Yatra.
What town? Which town? Done.
Small village. Thank you very much. Danishta Mataji, is she here? Okay, come. Give Danishta some love and appreciation. Thank you. Soba? Soba? Okay. Anonymous. That's me, I'll take that one. That was an anonymous donation, someone too humble to say who they were. Monica. Okay. Richard. Do we have any of these people here? Mahamantra, he's not here. Shashvat. No, he's not here. It's not Richard Rupanuga. Richard, no. Jasmine. Okay, come on, Jasmine. Jasmine's here. Jana. Is Jana here? Jana? She's left. Okay, what, back to Godhead? Without her present? Kartik. Do we have Kartik? No? Anushka. Is Anushka here? Okay. We should have told them they were getting the prize, yes. We'll try better next time. Emiliano is not here. Vasu Shresh! and Uttama Sudevi. So who do we go to next? You said devotees that have been serving on the team. That means like the garland team, maybe?
Yeah, garland.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Okay, so for continued service for many, many decades, we would like to say thank you to Dhananjaya Prabhu. So and his better half, sorry Dhananjaya, Saraswati Mataji. Is she here? Yes. Saraswati.
She's downstairs.
Oh, she's downstairs. Okay. We'll come on to Saraswati in a minute. Well, yeah. Okay. Okay, and here she is. So, Mother Saraswati. This is a little token gift just to say thank you for all your many, many wonderful years of service. So please come and accept this gift. Thank you. Thank you, Mother Saraswati. And Rasheshwari Mataji, just for being a good sport. Come on. So thank you, Rasheshwari, also for your many decades of service. Thank you. Well, how many do we have left? We've got a few. So, okay. So you want us to do the garland team? Okay, so we're going to go to the garland team. So let's have Nikunj. Okay, Radia, your sister. Yes. Deepak Prabhu. Can someone get Raj Kumar Prabhu from the kitchen? Raj Kumar Prabhu. Raj Kumar Prabhu. If you don't call him, he'll be sleeping. Yeah, yeah. Raj Kumar Prabhu, please come and accept this gift as a token of our appreciation for all your dedicated service. Give him some appreciation and some love. Okay. Oh, okay. So, on behalf of their mother, Kavita, if Varsha and Vana Malini can come and collect, or one of you can come and collect on behalf of your mum, who donated for the signature courtesy. You can fight it out till the death to see who's going to come up. Okay, so this is on behalf of their mum, Kavita. Okay. So for the garland team, how many do we have left? We've still got a few. Okay. Okay. So yes, for 11. Okay, great. So for the garland team today, Mamta, please come. Mamta. Sia. Is Sia here? Sia, are you here? Okay, we'll go on until Sia comes. I think Jasmine already got one, right? Oh, is that Sia? Okay, come on, Sia. Bhavna Mataji, come on. Please come and accept your gift. I don't know now. I mean, we've got some more.
Is there one for the person who's performing the fly sacrifice?
I should hope so. Harry Dāsa.
Or does that come later?
What about the person who does organising the flower baskets?
Anuta Magora Priya. Is she here?
Yeah.
Anuta Magora Priya, come on. Thank you for your dedication. And one thing that Anutama did that I was really inspired by, so she organises the flower vases, and she has her team, and at Christmas time, she made cakes for all of her team, just to thank them individually. Gopavalabi Mataji, Gopavalabi, for organising the deity service and for all the wonderful service you do. what to do now.
Do we have more? Do we have more?
Yeah, Jack Mandation, please come. No, I'm not sure what he's doing now. I'm a bit on the spot here. Hare Krishna. Hare Dāsa, that's it. How many do we have left now? Okay, let's give one to Ramesh Prabhu for his service to the youth of ISKCON and Project Sadhu, and for just being a wonderful devotee. Yeah. He's saving the world and saving the youth. Thank you, Ramesh. What am I supposed to do? I'm here and I've got to choose, like, to keep it.
The fire sacrifice.
No, I'm not. Maybe we can give. Maybe.
The children's got ours.
Yes. So maybe you two should have one. Yeah, that's true. Yes. Yeah, the two initials. So I'm on the mental platform now. Savitri. Anyway, Savitri. Is Savitri here? You've got one already. One left. Wait.
We should all offer the last one for our temple president.
Thank you. So we never charge for these events, but if anyone would like to give a donation, oh, I thought you were going to say something. Anything people can give is very much appreciated and welcome. Our temple runs on the kindness of all of you. So you can leave a donation either physically at in the donation box at the bottom of this shelf there, or if you want to give a contactless contribution, you can either come and see myself, or there will be a contactless card reader there. Lastly, again, I'd just like to say thank you very much to Kripamoya Prabhu and Mother Guru for being with us here this weekend. And please show them your appreciation by giving them a full Hare Krishna mantra on the count of 3 to encourage them to come back very soon. Okay? And you have to put your arms in the air, both arms. Wave them back like you just don't care. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hare Krishna! Hare Krishna! Krishna Krishna! Hare Hare! Hare Rama! Hare Rama! Rama Rama! Hare Hare! Yes. Okay. Is anyone here for the first time today? Please raise your hands. Wonderful. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a little gift from the deities to say thank you, and also to say if it is your first time, make sure it is not your last time. So please, if you can tell us your names. If you can tell us your names, what's your name? Karen, we've seen you before, haven't we? In Saltburn. Saltburn, I've seen you in Saltburn. So let's hear it for Karen. And Rupanuga, who's come all the way from Inverness. And what's your good name, sir? Brian, let's hear it for Brian. Thank you, Brian. Oh, I'm sorry. Tom, let's hear it for Tom. And there was a lady over here. Danya. Hare Krishna, Danya. Let's hear it for Danya. Tanya. Sorry. I thought you said Danya. Tanya. I do apologise. Tanya. Thank you, Tanya. Have we missed anyone? Yeah. Oh, yes, over here. Thank you. And what's your name? Domika. Somika. Let's hear it for Somika. So, if you are here for the first time and you'd like to keep in touch, we have a WhatsApp group with about 450 members. You can come and see Vrinda if you want to join our WhatsApp group. Please like us on Facebook, follow our YouTube account, and I think that's it now. So we're going to keep the curtains open for a few more minutes if you'd like to come and take darshan. Otherwise, we will need a hand to set up prasadam next door. We please ask parents, keep your children out of the way while we set up, but we will need a hand to set up, we will need a hand to serve, and we will need a hand to clear up afterwards. Do you want to say something? Sorry? Oh, ultimately. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Panchatattva ki. Okay. Raj Kumar Prabhu has made 15 separate preparations today. That's going to be amazing. Thank you. So one last announcement is that a traditional part of this ceremony is that the candidates who are getting initiated, they collect a donation to give to their guru. It's called Guru Dakshina. And so the candidates may come round and ask, and if anyone has anything they're able to give, please give kindly to the initiates. Thank you.